Hello and welcome to your practice. This is a practice for low back stability. Sometimes the low back will really start to bother us, and a lot of times energetically it has to do with feeling ungrounded, unstable, unsupported. So we're going to work on yoga to stabilize the low back and to feel a little bit more solid. So we're going to get started down on our backs. So come down onto your back. Center yourself on the mat. We're going to start with knees bent. So just having knees bent, feet on the floor, can start to decompress the low back. So just resting here with the arms at your side, palms up, adjust, kind of wiggle, kind of lift the hips, set them back down, and try to feel really even on the right side, right foot, left foot, both arms. A couple breaths. So inhale, let the belly rise, and exhale, let the belly fall. So just taking a moment to slow everything down and to get in touch with the body, to get in touch with the breath, to go inside. So we're going to shut out that outside world for just a little bit and go into the breath, into the body. Let's hug both knees into the chest, and we're going to roll side to side. So let your shoulders and knees go in the same direction. If it feels okay, let the back of the head go the same direction, right? So we can get a little massage on the scalp, which can help reduce tension in the eyes and the jaw and the neck. So just rolling out the back body, the weight of the body rolling on the mat is bringing blood and circulation and energy to the whole back. Let's bring the knees to center, hands on the knees. We're going to keep the knees together, and we're going to circle both knees in the same direction. So nice and slow, we're getting this little circular massage on the low back. And just notice, observe the body. See if there's any tension, tightness, more on the right, more on the left, more on the low back, more on the mid back. Take those circles now in the opposite direction. So nice breaths as you circle the knees. So our upper back gets a little bit of work too. Here with hands on the knees, our shoulders and our arms and upper back get a little bit of movement, a little bit of benefit from this. Let's bring the knees to center. Don't let the back arch. Use your abdominals. We'll bring the feet down to the mat. They can come down one at a time. Good. So adjust hips and shoulders on the mat. Knees are bent, knees stacked over heels, feet hip width apart. We're going to go into a pelvic tilt. So we're going to inhale, press the tailbone down into the mat. Your waistline lifts up. And then exhale, press the waistline down, tailbone curls up. So we're going to go nice and slow between these 2 points, tailbone pressing down and waistline pressing down. This is just helping to loosen up that connective tissue, all the fascia, ligaments, and tendons in the back body. Helps to loosen up the hip flexors too, the psoas muscle. Good. We're going to come to neutral. So we're going to rest right on the middle of that sacrum. So the tailbone's not pressing down, waistline's not pressing down. We're right on the middle, kind of if you drew a line from one hip to the other beneath the belly button and you went straight down, that's where we're resting on the low back. So just take a moment there, feeling that even point right in the middle of the low back of the sacrum. Not the tailbone pressing down, not the waistline pressing down. Good. We're going to bring the right knee into the chest. We're going to hug the right knee. And we're going to move that right knee away as the arms go straight. So we're trying to pull the right knee in, but the right knee's resisting. So we have a little strength here, a little support. Left leg's going to stretch out on the mat. And we're going to lengthen that left leg all the way from the left hip down the left leg, left toes up towards the ceiling. Now feel that evenness on the low back. So tailbone not pressing down, waistline not pressing down. Nice and slow, we're going to inhale and lift that right leg up, but you're keeping balanced on that sacrum. Only lift the left leg as high as you can, but we don't want that waistline to press down. And then exhale, we're going to lower the leg. So the whole time you're staying balanced right on that midpoint of the sacrum. We're going to inhale and lift the right leg nice and slow. Stay balanced the whole way. Exhale, stay balanced as you lower the leg, keep pushing through the heel. We're going to lift that left leg one more time. Inhale, lifting, stay stable on that low back, and exhale, lower. Once that left leg is down, bend the left knee. We'll bring the left foot to the floor and bring that right foot down. With both knees bent, feet on the floor, we'll rock the hips side to side. Good. We're going to take that to the other side. So your left knee is going to hug in, interlace the fingers around the knee. The left knee moves away from you as you kind of try to pull it in with the hands. So this little bit of resistance gives you some stability here for the pose. And you keep that the whole time we're working the right leg. So we're going to stretch the right leg out on the mat. Right foot is flexed. Feel length from that right hip all the way down the right leg. And now feel balanced on that sacrum. So we don't want waistline pressing down nor the tailbone pressing down. Don't let that spot get off balance. Keep that right leg straight. We're going to nice and slow inhale the right leg up. Stay balanced. Only lift the right leg as high as you can keep balanced on that sacrum. And then exhale, we're going to lower the right leg down. So don't worry how high that leg comes up. Just think about balancing on that sacrum. So we're inhaling, lifting, stay balanced. Don't let that waistline press down when the leg lifts. And we're going to exhale. Don't let the tailbone press down as the leg lowers. So take it one more time with this right leg, nice and slow. Inhaling up. And exhaling, we're going to lower down. Good. Rebend your right knee. Bring the right foot to the floor. Bring the left foot down. So both knees bent, feet on the floor. We'll rock the hips side to side. Good. Bring the knees to center. Inhale. With your exhale, we're going to bring both knees into the chest. Hug the knees. We'll roll side to side. Again, the whole back rolls. Shoulders and hips roll side to side. You can let the back of the head roll with the knees and shoulders if you like, or it can stay centered. Bring the knees to center, hands on the knees. Now we're going to make separate circles with the knees. So the knees move apart and then together, apart and then together, nice and slow. So now we feel the hips and pelvis rocking forward and back. When the knees move away from you, the tailbone presses down. When the knees circle in towards you, the waistline presses down. So we're getting this nice little pelvic tilt, but also some work in the hips. The shoulders get a little bit of work because the hands on the knees, the arms are moving, shoulders are moving a bit. Take those circles now in the opposite direction. And just stay with some nice breaths as you circle the knees. Stabilizing the back and the hips. Bring the knees together. Use your abdominals. We'll bring the feet down to the mat. One at a time, stretch the legs out. Arms at your side, palms up. And just let the legs relax. Let that energy and blood flow move back down the legs into the feet. And energy, blood flow move down the arms into the hands. A couple breaths here. Stretch both arms up overhead and then reach your right side a little longer, left side a little longer. Let the hips and shoulders shift on the mat. Let the arms and legs shift on the mat. The head kind of shifts side to side on the mat as we stretch the whole body, the right side and the left side. Bring everything to center. Arms come down by your side. You're going to bend the knees, feet on the floor. Roll over onto your side and come up into hands and knees, table pose. So we're going to have wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips, fingers spread nice and wide, index fingers parallel with each other. We're going to take our cat-cow breath. So exhale, round the spine up, tuck the chin, pull your belly button up. Inhale, tilt the hips, arch the back, let the belly stretch, slide the shoulders down the back. So let the body take on these two different shapes, from a rounding shape to an arching shape. And you're just letting the body movement mirror the breath. So you exhale, you round up, and you inhale and arch. Nice slow breaths. And then bring a little free-form movement into the body now. So you can move the body any way it wants to move, take any shape it wants to make. Elbows can bend, hips can shift side to side, shoulders can shift side to side. You can rock forward or back, any kind of little movement. And now it's just a steady breath, but now you're more focused on the body movement and the feel of the body as you just breathe steadily. So we're not trying to time movement with breath now. We're just focusing on movement. Come to neutral, shift back into child's pose. Big toes barely touching, let the knees separate apart a bit, and then let the forehead rest down on stacked hands or on the mat or on a yoga block if you want to have the head lifted a little higher. Take some big breaths down into the low back, into the rib cage, and up into the upper back and shoulders. Going to make our way back up into hands and knees table pose. So we're going to go into an arm and leg balance. We're going to take it in little stages, little increments. So fingers spread nice and wide, wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Take your right foot and stretch it back on the mat. Right toes are curled under on the mat. And we're going to lengthen that right leg from the right hip down the leg all the way through the right foot. Try to feel if your hips are level. So we don't want the right hip higher than the left. Belly button pulls up towards the spine. Keep it pulling up the whole time. Neck is long, so you look right down between the hands. And we're going to stretch the left hand forward, left fingers on the mat. So we're kind of tinting the hand, just the fingertips of the left hand on the floor. We're going to move into that arm and leg balance. Make sure that right wrist is under the right shoulder. Nice and slow, lift the right leg up. Now spread the right toes, push through the ball of the foot and level the hips. That belly button keeps pulling up towards the spine. And then we're going to lift left arm up by left ear. Left fingers are spread, left thumb up towards the ceiling. So it's a diagonal cross-body stretch from the left hand to the right foot. Neck is long, belly pulls in and up, hips are level. This is helping to reset and stabilize the whole posterior chain, the whole back body. Left hand comes down, right knee comes down. Take a little free-form movement on the mat. So you can round and arch. You can shift the hips or shoulders side to side, lean forward or back. Come to neutral. Stretch the left foot back behind you. Left toes curled under on the mat. Lengthen the left leg from the left hip all the way down the leg through the left foot. Left hip is level with the right hip. Try to feel that they're level. Belly button pulls up towards the spine. Keep that strong core. Keep that integrity in the middle. And then right fingers are going to stretch forward. Just the right fingertips on the mat. The right hand is tinted up. Good. So we can already feel the whole back body starting to work, core working. Nice and slow, lift the left leg up, spread the left toes, push through the ball of the foot, level the hips. So sometimes that lifted leg, that hip will want to go a little higher. So try to feel that they're level. Belly button pulls up towards the spine. You're still looking down at the mat by your left hand. When you're ready to balance, right arm comes up by right ear. Spread your right fingers, right thumb up towards the ceiling. Diagonal crossbody stretch from the right arm down to the left leg, left foot. Keep that core strong. Working the whole back body, posterior chain. Keep breathing. Bring the right hand down, left knee down. We're going to take 3 cat breaths. Exhale, round the spine up, tuck the chin. Inhale, arch, stretch the belly. Slide those shoulders down the back. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. We'll take 1 more of those. Exhale, round. And inhale, arch. Good. Come to neutral. Going to sit back. We're going to come all the way down onto our back. So make your way down onto your back. Center yourself on the mat. Good. We'll hug the knees into the chest. Roll side to side a couple times. Bring the knees to center. Inhale. With your exhale, don't let the back arch. We're going to bring feet down to the floor. Good. So adjust hips and shoulders. We're going to do a little twist. We're going to cross the right leg over the left as if you're sitting cross-legged in a chair. And then we're just going to rock the hips a little side to side. So we can feel that on the low back, on the sacrum. Next time your knees fall towards the right, we're going to leave them over towards the right. They're going to hover there. Don't shift the placement of the left foot on the mat. Just the outside of the left foot will lift up, but we're not going to move the left foot to get the knees further over to the right. We want the knees to just kind of hover over to the right. Both arms at your side. Both palms are up. So both shoulders are down. Let the chest open. We're going to scoop the belly kind of in and up and tuck the tailbone a little. So we're working this mid section, working the core, working the whole back body. So keep that little scoop of the belly in and up and that little tuck of the tailbone down towards the bottom edge of the mat. Big breaths. Inhale, bring the knees back up, and we're going to uncross the legs. Adjust hips and shoulders, get even. We're going to cross left leg over right. And then we'll rock a little side to side. So the thighs touching as if we're sitting cross-legged in a chair. And we just rock the hips side to side on that low back. Next time the knees go towards the left, we're going to let them hover there. The outside edge of the right foot will lift, but we're not going to move where the right foot is on the mat. So we want this little just hovering of the legs to the left. Arms at your side, palms up. Both shoulders down on the mat. So we open the heart, open the chest. Scoop the belly in and up. And slightly tuck the tailbone down. So keep that scooping of the belly in and up and the tucking of the tailbone down as you take those big breaths into the low belly. Nice and slow, we're going to bring the knees back up. Uncross the legs. Good. Adjust hips and shoulders on the mat. We're going to hug both knees into the chest and roll side to side. Shoulders and hips roll. Just kind of ironing out that back body. Bring the knees to center. Use your abdominals. Don't let the back arch. We're going to bring feet down to the floor. They can come down one at a time. And then one at a time, stretch the legs out for a short little relaxation. Let the front of the hips open, back of the knees open. Arms at your side, palms up. Shoulders relax, and they tuck under a little bit. And just letting that energy flow all the way down from the hips down the legs into the feet. From the shoulders down the arms into the hands. Some nice slow belly breaths. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Nothing to do here, just let the body relax. Let the back feel stable, strengthened, solid. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Let everything relax. Try not to hold any tension anywhere in the body. Take a little scan of the body. And keep relaxing and relaxing. And then we'll wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Bring some movement to the body. We're going to bend the knees, feet on the floor. And then roll over onto your side. Use your arms to come up nice and slow all the way up to seated. Tailbone moves back slightly, heart lifts slightly, shoulders relax down. Let's bring the palms together, thumbs at the heart. Feel right palm, left palm meeting at the heart center. And this ends our practice. Namaste.